Hello and welcome to Design Boss Dialogue, the podcast where bold and ambitious women in interior design come for real conversations to transform and take their businesses to new heights. I am your host, Lisa Marie Elkhadraoui, interior designer and business mentor, here to share my experiences and insights into running an interior design business, as well as empowering you to build the confident, profitable design business you've been dreaming of and truly deserve. In this space, we blend creativity with strategy to help you craft your success and thrive in the world of design. Every episode is packed with unfiltered, no BS conversations, daily inspiration, and actionable business tips to turn your passion into a thriving, cash-rich business. Together, we're redefining what it means to succeed in the interior design industry, one intentional, game-changing decision at a time. So get ready to step up, elevate, and create the design empire you've always envisioned. Welcome back to day 8 of the Design Boss Dialogue Advent Calendar podcast, your go-to source for all things interior design and business. And if you have only just discovered this podcast, you not only have 7 amazing episodes before this, but over the next 18 days, we will be unwrapping gifts of wisdom, practical tips, and insider secrets to help you grow and thrive in the world of interior design. I am your host, Lisa Marie Elkhadraoui, and today's topic, I know you are really going to love. It is all about pivoting, pricing, conversations with those clients, something every interior designer will go through. By the end of this episode, you'll be equipped with the knowledge and advice to turn these challenging conversations into opportunities. So let's get started. When a client comes back saying, "You're too expensive," what do you do? In this pivotal moment in client communication, it is not uncommon for clients to compare your prices with other designers, price check you, and naturally benchmark two designers off one another and opt for the cheaper option. I've been in business for 15 years now and owning my studio for 8, and I have seen it so many times. So many times it's become exhausting, not only with myself, but other interior designers. Now, I have a little mantra in my design studio, and my mantra has always been this, one that I want to share with you. We are not the cheapest, but equally not the most expensive. And I would love for you to soak this in and allow this to become your mantra for 2025 too. So if you're listening to this podcast and you're out on the dog walk, or you're getting the kids' breakfast ready, or you're down the gym, or you're driving to work, or you've got it on in the background in the studio, I want you to repeat this after me. I am not the cheapest, but equally not the most expensive, but I know my worth and I will charge my price. Ladies, I can feel just how powerful that is, can you? Now, I always listen to my clients when they come at me with this pivot question, and I always say my mantra, followed by, there will always be another designer willing to do the work for less, and that is absolutely okay with me. Equally, there are designers who charge a hell of a lot more than me, which is absolutely also fine. I know I've built up a business based on knowledge and experience working firsthand in the construction and property industry, and I understand the ins and outs of how a project needs to run, basically get from A to Z and match a client's deadline whilst delivering a high quality service. And I've been doing this for 15 years in total in the industry and 8 years in my studio. And I know the ins and outs of all the little tiny things you need to put together to do those big renovations and get you out of the project at the end. Because 9 times out of 10, when a project comes towards the end, the trades get tired, everyone starts to lose interest, and everyone wants out of the job. And that's where I really step into my own as a businesswoman and an interior designer, because I can then craft a plan to get the trades out in the right amount of time with everyone happy and the job being delivered back to the client for that grand reveal and the wow factor. So that's why I really stick by my mantra. Now, designers, if you're listening, you're always going to encounter clients who want to pay the lowest price possible. It's natural. But in my business mentoring company, this is where I really step into my own with my one-to-one clients and the women that I mentor, because I work on their business model so that they can align their unicorn clients coming into their business. And I support you weed out the clients that naturally use you for pricing exercises, especially in the early years where you might not have the experience of working with an array of clients. You might not be as prone to see the red flags coming, and you basically just want all the jobs. You'll just basically take anything. So let's set the scene. You've quoted for a job and the client comes back saying they've found another designer who can do it for less. First and foremost, how does this make you feel? And next, how are you going to handle this? So from my experience, in the beginning, I felt really deflated when I used to hear this. And after doing a lot, and when I say a lot, I'm in caps locks shouting it, a lot of self-empowerment and confidence work on myself and my self-worth. When I then got clients that said to me, basically, I found it for cheaper, what are you going to do about it? I didn't even bat an eyelid. I didn't really even mind at all, because I wasn't going to operate my business from a place of desperation to win a client, because I knew my worth and I didn't want to go down an avenue with a potential red flag client. And this is what I'm here to teach you too. I don't want you to operate your interior design business from a place of desperation. I don't want you to feel that you have to say yes, yes, yes to everything, because there is a real power of saying no, okay? It makes you stronger. So we've set the scene. The client has obviously given you this question, basically saying, I found another designer who can do it for less. This is what we need to do, okay? We need to really shift the focus to value. In these situations, I have a particular way of dealing with it to pitch my business so that we are not unfairly benchmarked against other design companies that might not even be at the level that we are at. So firstly, you must always thank the client for their question and their response and acknowledge what they've said, okay? This shows a mark of respect and understanding that you have recognized what they've said, and it makes them feel heard as a client in the first instance, okay? So, for example, you might say, thank you for raising this. I also understand finances and budgets are extremely important to you with this project. This acknowledgement not only shows that you've listened, but it also highlights that budget is a critical factor for the client. Then you turn the conversation around. I agree. There will always be another design company that might do it cheaper. But there are also many designers who charge so much more than what I charge. Now, this is where my mantra comes in again. My business isn't the cheapest, but we're not the most expensive either. But with my skill set, I know the level of quality you're looking for in this project. And this is something that our business can deliver on, which I can't vouch for the other company. But normally, cheaper fees doesn't always align with high quality or customer service. Okay, That is really powerful if you can step into a position to be able to say that. Now, this particular next section is called the pivot point, and it's where you shift the conversation into your value even more. Now, the client initially mentioned that the price was too high. They found a cheaper option, but they didn't inform you at the beginning that there were going to be other companies tendering for the job. So this next part of the conversation is crucial. Steer the discussion into a positive direction and provide some perspective. I want you to ask them this next time they say this to you, okay? When considering an investment for your home, such as a renovation, a designer, an architect, or anyone coming in to provide value and increase the value of your property, do you look at more than just the price? This question will make the client stop and really think, okay, it's not just about price. Now, whether you have this conversation in person or via email, it's the moment where the client reflects on their priorities and really what is best for them and their family home at that point in time. And you will be amazed that they start to consider if the cheaper designer can really deliver the same quality and value. And this natural pivot plants a seed of doubt about the cheaper option and highlights the importance of quality and service, because that's ultimately what you've set out to achieve. And it's something that we've done certainly very well over the last 5 years in business, is really highlight the value that our design company will bring to the table. This natural pivot leads to the client questioning whether the cheaper option is truly worth it. So we've not only planted the seed of doubt, but now the client's really starting to question. And then to solidify this, always follow up by explaining the risks of choosing solely based on price. For instance, you can say, if price is the only deciding factor, you risk not getting the best quality for your investments. They may not have the aligned trades that meet your expectations based on the level of quality you expect with the finish, and cheapest doesn't always mean the best. Acknowledge their concern without taking offense, then ask that pivotal question to guide the conversation back to value. Remember, it's completely normal for clients to shop around, but it's not always beneficial to pursue clients solely based on price, especially if they're haggling you down before the job has even got anywhere. This can be a red flag at the beginning of discovery calls or when you have delivered your quotations. Highlighting your unique value proposition and quality of work is key and paramount at all times. And it's something I tell all of my one-to-one women, that you bring a value to the table, you have a worth, and it's so important to highlight that to future clients. So just to wrap up, here's the key points to consider. Always acknowledge the client's concerns. Pivot the conversation to highlight the value of your services. Address their objections by emphasizing quality over cost. These strategies will help you turn pricing objections into opportunities for deeper client engagement and trust. And this is also another key reason why, as an interior designer, you charge for your design consultations, as it not only weeds out the time wasters that may be using you as a pricing exercise, but if you get through to quotation stage, you've not only been paid for your time and effort in pricing the job, but you lose nothing at the end of the day. Now, always remember your true worth as an interior design business owner, the value that you bring. This is your empowerment card to step into your next level of ownership and stand strong in your decision at all times. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Don't forget to join our podcast community. You can find the details in the show notes. It's a free community to join on Facebook, and head over to our social media page where you can find more valuable insights and strategies for your interior design business. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode as I am joined by the lovely Kirsten. We will be discussing how to leverage Instagram for your design business and what you should be focusing on right now. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Design Boss Dialogue. If you love what you heard, then please share the podcast with your friends and any women that could do with a dose of empowerment just from me. I would love to hear your thoughts around today's podcast with your key takeaways and wins, because your feedback means everything to me. Also, don't forget to leave a review as well as hit that follow button so you never miss out on any inspiring conversations with me or any other trailblazing women I have on. Stay tuned for more exciting episodes, and remember, unleashing your inner design power and unlocking your true potential is only a click away. See you next time.